Hi everyone, I wanted to spend a little bit of time going over with you the aging report. The aging report is something that has to do with money that is due to us or money that is due to the customer by us, meaning a refund that's due to the customer. I didn't show you yet how to pull the report because it takes quite some time to spool up. It takes about 30 minutes or so to spool up the aging report. So once we finish reviewing how to work the report, then I'll go back in and show you how to actually pull the report up. This particular report is Sarasota's, and as you can see here at the bottom, it tells you that it's 4 pages long. And the last page is only a portion of a page, so it's really about 3.5 pages long. The thing to keep in mind with the aging report is it needs to be worked a minimum of once a week. Sometimes I would work it twice a week. The whole point of working the aging report is that you need to be on top of it because it's crucial to get money that's owed to us, but it's also crucial to make sure that any monies that are due a refund to the customer are done in an effective, timely manner so that we don't have customers doing disputes with their credit card, which could cause a chargeback to Hudson's. So basically, with the aging report, it's a matter of just reviewing each individual customer and what the specifics are on it. I'm not going to actually work the entire report, but I'm going to show you some basics of what to look for so that it's easier for you to get started. For example, on this particular order here, if you notice, you have a negative and a positive, and they're the exact same amounts. So this one, all it needs to happen is just transferring funds of this order over to this order, and that will finalize that one and get it off this report. Same thing with this here above. If you notice, you have a negative 1138, and then you have 2 positive orders. So you need to just transfer the money from this order over to these 2 orders, and then if there's a difference, which is only a penny, then you can email Alyssa Henry at corporate to just offset that penny. Same thing here at the bottom. If you notice, we have 2 negatives and a positive. Simply transfer those funds over, and then once you do that, you're going to have a balanced out order because you've got the exact same amount, negative as positive here. Beyond those type orders, when you look at something like this one here where it shows a negative 246.09, you would need to go into that order and look up specifics. Is that needing to be refunded to the customer? Is it needing to be a store credit? What needs to happen to this money, and then making sure it happens. Same thing with this order here is a negative 85.61. We need to figure out why. Is the customer waiting on a refund, or what's happening with that order? And you go through each order individually like that. If you notice on this order here, it's showing a $4,012.46 balance due. But this one shows it's a financed order, and it was just finalized on the 27th. So this one, usually financed orders once delivered takes about a 4 or 5 day cycle after delivery for Marcelo to process it and fund it through GE. So this one is okay. I would simply circle that and write okay, showing that it's not a problem. But if you go beyond a 5 day period from the delivery date to this being funded, I would simply email Marcelo and make him aware, please fund to GE. Same thing with this order here. Then I'm going to move on to the second page, and you simply work through every individual item that exact same way. This one's a finance from the 26th, so that one's fine. We don't need to do anything with that. Marcelo will fund that. This one here is offset negative to positive, exact same amounts. Once you transfer those funds, that'll cross each other out. This one here has a negative to a positive, which is a higher amount negative. So first you would transfer the funds over to the positive order and then deal with the balance and handle it based on what's needed on that order. On this one, again, it's a negative penny. You would just email Alyssa to clear that off the books. And you just work your way through each one. This one's a negative amount. Is that needing a refund back to the customer? If so, you would fill out a refund request form under Easy Forms. Going through each order the same way. This one here, again, negative to a positive, transfer those funds over. This one shows a positive delivered on the 22nd Today is the 27th. It shows it was a financed order, but we should email Marcelo and find out, has this, is he funding this or what's going on with that order. Occasionally you might find that the sales associate might have scheduled a delivery in error where not enough finance funds were there to cover the balance. So if that is the case, you need to work on getting that balance from the customer. And again, that's the purpose of working this aging report. So on to page 3. Again, this is a positive amount. Now on this one thing I want you to notice is here at the top of each page, you have a 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, 120 days. So this particular $44.55 is a balance due, and it's 90 days old at this point. So that would be one that would be really a red flag that you should research and find out what is going on with this and why is this showing due, and try to collect those funds immediately. Sometimes it could be a situation when you go into the order and look it up where maybe the customer has done a dispute with their credit card company, so it came back on our end as a bank back charge, and in those cases you would get Marcelo involved to try to help get those balances collected. We go on down through each one. Again, this is an FI just delivered, so that will clear out. This one is an FI negative, which means we need to make Marcelo aware to do a refund to Synchrony for that. If no one sends over a refund request to Marcelo, he would not know to refund Synchrony. So that one to me looks like what is needed on this order, but again, it's going to take a little research on every order. Here's another one that shows a refund from way out 120 days old. That one is most likely a store credit that's to the customer, but again, we need to look it up, find out what's going on. I'm assuming they're not expecting a refund since it's 120 days old, but we need to research it to verify what the exact specifics are. Here, Monday just needs to transfer to clear that balance. This one's a finance from just a few days ago. This one again looks like a refund due to the customer. This one here, the same thing, a refund due to the customer. And then of course your last page, if it's a really tiny amount like this, typically Alyssa will just clear that out, but you need to verify and make sure. Just research the order to make sure that's accurate. Again here, just dollar transfer over to the new orders. Looks like a refund here. This one again is a amount due to Hudson's from 120 days old, so that's again a red flag. We need to really dive into that order and see why that's showing due and why it's 120 days old, and try to collect those monies. And then this one is a finance order, also 120 days old that's showing a negative. Looks like there's something going on with that we need to research and maybe send over a refund request, or possibly it's a store credit. And then of course the last order is just dollar transfer. And as you can see on this aging report rather looks extremely clean. Jordan in Sarasota has done an excellent job keeping this up to date. We just have a few orders that's of concern that needs to be addressed. And if you work it every week or even sometimes twice a week, you can keep yours clean like this as well. So every order is going to be a little bit different scenario. So it's a matter of just looking at each individual order and seeing what it needs to get it taken off your report. So I hope this helped. Let me know if you have any questions.